hear the listener who was calling into Kath. She's got the greatest laugh ever. So I'm sorry I couldn't hear it.
Well, I did watch back something that I did with you recently, and my laugh, I realized, sounds like this. I have a variety of laughs, but that's the one where I was like, try and not do that. I'm glad the caller's laugh was much more pleasant than that.
You do have different laughs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are, I like your surprise laugh. Like when you don't think it's going to be funny, but then it is.
I have one that's like, ha! Ha! Which I think is when I'm like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
And then like a very high pitched, I've been told it's like hyena, kind of like, ah! But I think like the Elmer Fudd is.
Well, you probably don't hear yourself laugh very often because on the, I mean, you're not going to laugh a lot on the, on your broadcast, are you?
Right.
No. Yeah. It's just, my whole life people have told me like, oh, your laugh. I heard you laughing. So I knew where you were sitting in the room when I was,
But it's a good spirit though. You have a good spirit.
Yes, I take it as a compliment.
Yes, you should.
Yes. Yeah. And I've always been told I'm loud in general. So when I first started this job, we have a consultant who told me, you're wearing a microphone, so you don't need to yell.
You're projecting.
Yes. And then a boss who also told me, we're going to need you to wear makeup every day.
Not just sometimes.
Yeah, but the funny part was I was in my mid-20s, and he said, it makes you look more mature and refined if you wear makeup. Which I think is the difference of when you're older and people are telling you to wear makeup to try to look younger.
Are you all right? Do you need a glass of water or something?
A cough button here?
I just turn your mic down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Like some weird tickle. I don't know. Yeah.
Kate Hudson's been spreading a cold around, so
she's so rude. She better not have given me a cold. You guys, today on the show, we are talking about, when you guys came to anchor with us, we're talking about what makes a difficult woman difficult. So somebody put it out on social media, like, give me your things on how to be a difficult woman.
Yeah.
And somebody in the room said, isn't difficult woman redundant?
And his name.
That was not me.
It was not Dave.
And not only that, I appreciate that when I just said that, you were silent and just sat there and didn't make a comment, Dave.
Yes. Wasn't that good of me?
He's so well trained.
He's so good with women, you guys. He's so lady friendly.
Okay. In your experience, now that you're older and wiser,
older.
Is it you choose if your significant other or whatever says something that you may or may not agree with? Do you choose to just not say anything, or do you choose to have a conversation?
Probably not say anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So well trained, I guess.
He'd like them to reciprocate by also not saying anything. If we could just totally not discuss it, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Here's the rug. Move along.
Yeah.
Move along.
Here's the fray. I'm down here.
Yeah.
Under the fray.
Yeah.
Stay under the fray.
But we want you to say things. We want to have a conversation.
Oh boy.
But I also mostly want you to tell me what I want to hear.
But
I want you to be honest.
We want to hear you. We want to hear you agreeing with us.
Yeah.
Yes. Turn it up.
Well, I think it depends on the situation. Sometimes you want to be agreed with. Sometimes you want to actually have the conversation and get the opinions. And got to try to figure out the fine line of that.
Hence the person's point who said, isn't difficult woman redundant? Okay.
So what's on the list? Let's hear
it.
what difficult.
Okay, so the responses to being a difficult woman is you could say, you could not move out of the way when men are walking at you. So like say you're on the sidewalk, you're walking back and forth, and like maybe it's implying that women are more likely to step out of the way or step to the side or move out of the way of a person who's coming towards you. And being a difficult woman, you're just like, no, this is my space. I'm walking this way.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think
Very
that's
Good luck. I say good luck. Depends how big you are.
Tell men they'd be prettier if they smiled.
That's Maddie's favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Maddie is somebody that doesn't, and I don't think she actually tells it to people. She's somebody that has just kind of a natural, the RBF as she calls it. And she's like, I'm never actually mad. Like just some people think I'm upset or something and I'm just going about my life not knowing. And so she is constantly told, working in coffee too, we have lots of people coming through. She will, and at the bank when she was there, would constantly be told, you need to smile more. And it would drive her nuts, as it should.
The worst is a random man you don't know who will just say, smile. There you go.
Oof.
Oh, it's bad. It's
Even
bad.
I don't like that.
No, it's bad. You wouldn't like that.
Would you rather have a random man that you don't know say smile? Or would you rather have a man you do know say, relax?
well, no, given the choice, that's like your favorite music, your DJ Shackin'. That's one of those choices. Settle down, relax, you're overreacting. Any of those things probably aren't going to go over very well in the heat of it. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
I like this one. Assume a default is female. So specifically point out male doctor, male accountant. He's a male astronaut. Traditionally, roles that you assume are men in the olden days. So, they'll clarify and say female doctor.
Sure.
I don't know if that's very common anymore.
Probably not,
No.
but
Yeah.
I like the idea of saying, so there was so the male astronauts were doing this and that.
Yes.
That is funny.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite movies was it Meet the Parents, and they Robert De Niro kept calling Ben Stiller's character a male nurse.
Yes.
Just a nurse.
Yeah.
Male nurse.
I was watching an NFL game and all of the players were men.
Yeah. A male football player.
Yeah.
Well, they do have female commentator. I mean, if you just say sports commentator, you're not going to say, but then you have to say female commentator.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it would be fun to say. So the male commentators after the game were saying,
Yes. And I was having a conversation with somebody about that. Like very frequently now there are women on the sidelines. And this person's point, who worked in the sports broadcast industry before, is coaches are more likely to stop and talk to the women than somebody who's
a dude.
Yeah.
Same equipment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I said but it took me a minute. I didn't know what you were talking about until after I said And do you think that's true?
I think so.
Does it make sense?
Yeah,
and I will say this, and I'm not just saying this for this segment, but all of the ones that I see for they know their stuff.
Yeah.
I mean they're totally legit.
They're
It's
not just
like
a pretty face.
No.
And I do also think that there's something to be said about a pretty face. Like I'm a straight woman who loves to look at beautiful women on TV or wherever. So I don't know. I think girls are more fun to look at.
So if it was like
100%.
we're gonna send it down.
Quinn agrees.
We're going to send it down to Bertha on the sidelines. Joe and John. I got the coach here. I was asking him what went wrong in that first quarter.
You know,
The big unibrow.
somehow they're not finding Bertha to work that game. No.
What was it though? We had this conversation. You said the theory was, what was it? They started in the studio. We had this conversation, and when you said it, it made sense because I was asking why it was women on the sidelines, and it had to do with, I can't remember what it was, but there was a reason for it.
Right.
But it's mostly women on the sidelines. You don't really see any male sideline reporters.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah. Only a handful.
But to your point, they do know what they're talking about.
Absolutely,
They're very knowledgeble.
Yeah.
Okay, you should tell a man, if you want to be a difficult woman, you should tell men, you're smart for a guy. What if you said, like, you throw like a guy? You throw like a guy. You're like a boy.
Barely.
After you've, I don't know the relevance of this. Maybe you can provide some context. This one says, after you've clearly explained something, stop and blank. Don't fill the void with words.
Oh. Okay. So it'd be like,
I don't know how that would work.
yeah. I don't know.
So you explain something and then you're just like waiting to be acknowledged
just waiting.
that we're supposed to say, oh, I get it now.
Right.
Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I guess.
I don't feel like you would feel difficulty around that. Like you would just be like, cool, she stopped talking.
This is working out great. I know the plan and she's quiet.
This is not a difficult woman. This is an easier to live with woman.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would just like to say, I don't want to sound like I'm generalizing. I'm speaking specifically about perhaps my relationship or some of my friends' relationship.
Okay.
I know I'm talking about me. Okay. After you've clearly, oh wait, I already read that one. How about this? Talk about your period anywhere and everywhere. It's kind of old school though, because I feel like generations before, like, guys can't hear it, you know, and now it's, you know,
commonplace now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like even
and they go to the store to get you the stuff
Yes.
you need.
Yes.
That was never, oh my God, like in our parents' generation, that would never happen. You see men today, they're all loaded up. They got the Midol, all the different things. They're like, that's right. My lady needs me.
Well, I'll go and I'll pick up stuff for Maddie in that nature. And I do, like, if there's like an older gentleman there or something, I can feel the eyeballs of like, son, what are you doing buying those? It's like, they're not for me. Like,
Be a man.
yeah.
I remember I bought some one time and the lady was like, sorry, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Like, are we supposed to be talking about? I mean, whatever. Like, no problem. But like, I don't know. Normally they say, "How you doing today?" Or like, "What you got going?"
Oh yeah, yeah. They don't
Sorry,
want to know.
honey.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay. Agree with the man's compliment of you. They hate it. I don't agree.
Wait,
So like if somebody says, you look pretty, I know. Or you're so funny, right? But don't say it like that.
When you say it like that,
Yeah. Or like, man, you look hot in that dress. Yeah.
See,
Sure hell do.
I feel like they would feel like that would be less annoying than you're
Than the
complimenting
other.
her truly, and she's like, "No, I don't."
I feel fat.
Right? That's more
you
annoying.
guys actually were said it the same way
Yeah.
too.
Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
I can see that's roll.
Right.
Like, I'm not looking at the roll.
Yeah.
Looking at your boobs.
Sam's probably told this story before. I told him about receiving a compliment. Like somebody who's complimenting you, you just receive it and say
Okay.
thank you instead of them making the whole conversation about how you didn't deserve the compliment.
Yes.
And anyway, I heard it when Hoda Kotb on the Today Show was selling a book.
Okay.
And the book was a bunch of quotes that she had collected. And I received that is what you say when someone gives you a compliment. And that was from her hairdresser. Very convoluted, I know. But my point is, when I give Sam a compliment now, he'll say, thank you, I received that. Quoted by Hoda Kotb's hairdresser. he always brings it. He knows where it came from. Hoda Kotb's hairdresser.
That's awesome.
I received that.
I received
Thank you.
that.
I received that.
Yeah. Okay, and then interrupt annoying men when they're speaking. Bonus points if it's a totally unrelated topic.
Oh, yeah. Change the topic altogether.
Yeah.
Like
So
they're not
anyway,
paying attention. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's a perfect transition.
Yeah. Or just, oh, I saw the cutest dress. Oh my God. Did I tell you about it? And he's like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah.
There was, I don't know why this reminded me of it, but yesterday as I was leaving, I always listen to NPR, and Magda Chakravarty had on this guy who is a tick expert.
An expert on ticks.
And I've never
Good get.
I've never heard her get so annoyed because this guy was going deep, and she's like, okay, but to be clear, there are 3 types of ticks, and he would go on these long tangents. She's like, okay, I'm going to circle back. The tick we need to be worried about. Well, no, that depends on. Once again, for the listeners, the tick oh my God, she was trying to wrangle this guy, and he was so boring. And I think she could feel the radios being turned off, which I did. I never turn off NPR ever. And I was like, I can't listen to the tick guy. I'm done.
no.
But she had to interrupt him. She had to jump in a few times on him.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of our job, like
Yes.
to paraphrase the experts. Like this guy's an expert on ticks.
Yes.
Like he could tell you everything
And
that
he did.
you never wanted to know, but all the science needs to know. And then
Yes.
the job as the broadcaster is to, like, lack of a better word, dumb it down,
Yes.
simplify it for just general
Make
listeners.
it digestible for us so that we actually can be like, oh, we need to watch out for the deer tick. That's the one that carries Lyme disease. Don't worry about the others.
Yes.
Not a whole lecture on knowing your ticks.
Yes.
I could tell she was just like, oh my. And I could tell she's like, which producer got this guy? Heads are going to roll.
Yes.
It was funny to listen to her be annoyed. She brought herself back in, but he was mansplaining all of it too.
Yeah.
I think we should female-splain things. That would be an annoying, difficult woman.
Yeah, that would be. I feel like I do that. I do that to my husband. Like I'm very well aware. I'm very well aware the stories I want to tell a lot of times have details that are not the point. And so if I'm talking to just a person in general, I'll tell him like the Cliff's Notes. If it's my best friend or my mom or my husband,
They get the full story.
you get every detail, every context of and I don't think that's fair to my husband. He does not want to
it's
know.
not fair.
But it's just so different because it's like the other people I feel truly connected with, my girlfriends, my mom, they want to know every detail. They want to be like, no, but like who else was there? And how old was the person?
Yeah, the age
And what
thing.
were you guys
Yeah.
doing? You know, and
Yeah.
why were you there? So I apologize
I go
for
back
being
and
a woman splainer sometimes.
I go back and forth with that one because I want the Cliff Notes. Like I'm really good at giving Cliff Notes to Ken. Once in a while, he'll start a story, and I can tell he's going to tell me about some stuff that doesn't, and I'm like, he goes, I know, red shirt story. I get it. I'm moving along. I don't want to know what you're wearing.
Yeah.
But that's from years, because we spent years of having this much time to talk and tell stories. We had to, like now we can we have a lot more time. But for years it was, we have a 10-minute window to talk, tell stories, get points across. You get used to cliff noting.
Are you talking about the show or are you talking about you and Ken?
No, the show.
Okay, yeah.
What we've been
Right.
doing up till now, because we always had commercials and music and stuff. So there was shorter periods of time to get your point across.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It's
you just
harder
get
to do it
used
that way too.
It is harder,
think it
but
is.
but it's you appreciate it though. You get used to that
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are you doing this weekend?
Going to another graduation party. My niece in Federal Way.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
So we're leaving this afternoon. And this is like a group of cousins. They grew up across the cul-de-sac from me. And so it's a cousin's daughter.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Road tripping?
Road tripping. And the most reliable car we have is my daughter's like Buick Regal. So all four of us are in this little car. But as the mom, I like it because I'm like, oh, we're closer. And I can hear you guys. Like you're not in the back of like my giant Expedition. And I'm like, what?
So that's not reliable? The car
No,
that you drive?
I got to get something fixed.
Oh.
I don't know the details, but there's something wrong and it keeps going into limp mode. And you don't want to be in limp mode for too long.
What
That's
is
all.
that?
I don't know. Robbie was telling me the story. All I heard was we don't want to be in limp mode, and I believed him. And so, yeah.
What does Robbie drive?
Oh, he drives a Ford what is it called?
F-150?
Yeah.
A big truck.
I wanted to say Ford 150.
Yeah.
Ford F-150.
So if you're driving your daughter's car, will Robbie still drive? Or will
Yeah,
your
the
daughter?
only stipulation is Keikoa sits in the front because he's 6'1". So
Okay.
he's the biggest person in the family. So probably the
So
girls
you
in
and
the,
your daughter
back.
in the back,
Or
yeah.
at one point last weekend, because we went to Yakima last weekend, me and Robbie were in the back and the kids were in the front.
And they drove?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I
How
know.
do you do with your kids driving? Do you have any opinions on things that may or may not be going
they're
right?
good drivers. My problem now is my daughter's 18 and in charge of her own life, and it's her car. So that's harder to talk about or say things because it's like, no, I'm not in charge, so to speak.
Yeah.
Versus like my son who's 16, he just got his license. If necessary, I have no problem being like you need to slow down or something like that.
Mhm.
But I do tell Robbie, and I've told you this, I guess I could tell this to Leia, like, I don't feel safe
Yeah.
when you're driving like this. So please, can you just slow down for me?
Yes.
Yeah. But they're
That's-
both
I think
pretty
that's a good way to
drivers.
say it too.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's what I've gotten better in the RV. We'll get cooking along, and all of a sudden, I'm like, honey, can we just go a little slower? I know you're fine, but I'm not.
Yes.
Like this seems too fast.
My thing is, I need more following distance than anybody
Yes,
else.
I need a lot too.
Like you learn in driving school, it's one car length per 10 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going 70, then essentially you're 7 vehicles you would be like 7 vehicle lengths behind
Yes.
this person.
Oh no.
No one does that.
No.
No.
I'm like, give me half of that and I'll be
Yeah.
happy. But more like people are like 1 or 2 car lengths
Yeah.
behind going 70 miles an hour. The person in front of you stops.
Huh.
You're hitting them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm with you.
but anyways,
Wow.
that's my main thing when I feel unsafe is the following distance.
Yep.
And don't get your license in Florida, people. I had no idea that was a thing.
Ah!
That's the first I've ever heard of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Never knew
Oh,
that.
quick.
That was in
Well, and
driving
it's
school.
true too. Like I think, like I don't bigger cities. There's little to know because I think everyone's just trying to get on the road, right?
Yeah.
There's not as much room to follow or like keep your distance. If you leave you and 7 vehicle lengths between you and the front, like people are going
Right.
to cut in. Like that's
Yeah.
plenty of space to cut in, right?
Yes.
So people
That's the
probably
other
don't drive
thing.
like
Yeah.
that.
When you're all tailgating, you can't get people
Yeah.
onto the road.
Right.
The tailgating thing really, I always laugh because I always say, do you think you're making this better?
Yeah.
The other day though, there was somebody in the fast lane doing about 60 and it was a 70 and they were right next to a semi truck
Oh gosh.
and not doing this. And I was stuck there too. And so I flashed my lights. I was like, come on, you got to move. We can't be stuck here. They slowed all the way down.
Oh boy.
And went behind the semi truck. And then I went past. I was like, you are going to cause such a bad
Yeah.
accident. You
Yeah.
cannot do that in
Yeah.
the passing lane.
Have
Yeah.
you guys heard of zippering?
What is
Zippering?
I
No?
don't like
It's
the
like
sound of
zoom,
it, but
zoom.
no.
It's so I didn't learn about this until like growing up, until like honestly, the Washington Department of Transportation put this out in the last 10 years or so. So the idea is traditionally what I always thought is you see a lane closure coming up. And so what you're supposed to do is immediately get into the lane that's going to be open.
Okay.
Zippering is you all are supposed to have a different, you're all supposed to use the lanes and gradually
Oh.
gradually move over.
Yes.
So you're using the 2 lanes the whole time until the road closes, but everyone is merging at that time versus
Yes.
you see the sign and you're like, stop,
Right.
merge.
Right.
And so basically this whole second lane isn't used for however
Right.
long and it's backed up
Yes.
because, so anyway, it's zippering, look it up. I always feel like a jerk because I am zippering and everyone in Spokane is like, they're just driving in the lane until it stops. And then I'm like, no, look it up. It's called zippering. I promise the Washington State Department of Transportation tells us to do this.
They want you to do it. You should get
Yes.
a bumper sticker that says, I'm zippering. Don't look at me like that. I'm zippering.
should.
I remember when they were doing that push.
Yeah.
I don't remember the term, but I
Yeah.
remember that was a big story where they say it goes against our early beliefs of driving.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
because you do think that it's like you get over early and then you go up and then all of a sudden someone comes out of nowhere and then they
Yeah.
drive and you think, well, that's not.
No, yeah.
Fair.
You think you're like, you're cutting.
But they say that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Huh.
I
On
just don't have the
Northwest
guts to do
Boulevard,
it.
You probably see it when you go to Downriver now. That suicide lane has
Yep.
become, same thing. People should be zippering.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually just get over right away, but I always let people in. So it's a proper zipper. Because some people don't know it's coming. And I give them the benefit of the doubt that it used to be 2 lanes. Now it's not. So I let them in. But man, people, they're just like, they'll hold their spot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that's the thing. It's like if you keep a distance between you and the car in front of you, everyone can zipper in.
Yes.
And the traffic, essentially, the idea, according to
Yeah.
DOT, is everyone's still moving.
Correct.
And you're using as many both lanes as long as possible.
Right.
Makes sense.
So anyway, wish me well zippering on my way to
Good luck,
Federal Way,
zippering.
Washington.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend, guys.
You
You
too,
Well,
Kalae.
too.
too.
I know I asked you this. I think the last time you wore that, but we need
Yeah.
to have these.
Yeah.
Your pullovers.
I
That
know
was
you guys have
especially
so
made
much
for
great
you.
swag.
Yeah.
I have this one and I use it a lot. The David
Yeah, we've
Molly
seen
water
you. You have
bottle.
a picture on Facebook
yeah.
using one of those.
I was during Bloomsday and
Yeah.
I was sitting next to a giant weed.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
giant weed. Drinking out of a David Molly water bottle.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Kalae.
Thanks,
Bye,
Kalae.
Kalae.
There goes Kalae.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
She'll be zippering on her way to Federal Way, Washington.
That's
You'll see
right.
her. She's the zipper. She's the zipper. Okay, we do a break, and then
Yes.
then we gotta have Quinn. Quinn's gonna come on set.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on set.
I'll come on set. Yep.
Okay.
I'll move on over.
It'll be fun.
Do you want to be in the middle or do you want to be on the end?
I'll go in the end because I feel like that's where I'll
Okay.
normally go when I come in to be a guest now. So,
Yeah.
Get used to your new guest spot.
yeah, get used to it.
I like
Okay.
Break it in.
All right, back after a break with Quinn for our 9 o'clock hour. The Dave and Molly Show continues from the Numerica studios. That's the wrong one again. Hang on.